All right, so today is day 32, I think. Coding every day until I get employed. Today was a long day of wondering why this wasn't working, but I'll show what I got so far, right? So now I'm able to actually input um, different values into these different boxes and actually have them work. And I actually worked on having my times actually move how they're supposed to. So you do 4 Pomodoro timers, and you get to your long break, or you do your Pomodoro, and you get to your short break. So that actually works as well, and the counts show it. Um, so let me just display that. 15. So boom, I start it. Boom, I start this one. Technically, it should have been 0.5, but actually, let me just restart this so I can go. Actually, no, it's almost done. It's fine. Wait, no, let me just refresh because it's gonna be way too long. Okay, we'll do this one. I don't care about the math on that. Let's just make it go fast. So boom, you got this guy, and it goes back. So you're back to the Pomodoro timer. Go, 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 go. And you got one more to go through. I should have made this one faster as well, but you know what, we both could sit here. So, boom, get to the third one. And we got the fourth one. And then we get to our long timer. So it works. And the funny thing is, what was making it not work and what made me want to like rip my hair out for like this whole day was I spelled count wrong. Where is it? I think for count short, it was I didn't put the T, so it was like that. And I was wondering why it wasn't working. And I kept thinking, oh, was it something to do with the logic? And it was like, it was a big back and forth because I was thinking, okay, is it the logic? Let me fix that. Okay, is it this? And there were some things that were wrong, but that one syntax error just like messed everything up, and it just made me so frustrated. Like I was like, I don't feel like looking at this anymore, but I decided to get it done, and that's basically it. So I can't remember what I finished off last time, so I'll just talk about the main changes I made and just the main functions of it. So I think I already went through the this thing, the settings thing, and to be honest, that was like almost pure chat. So yeah, I need to actually sit down and learn that. But we did go through it. And then what I did today was let me see here. The biggest thing I did is I just made changes within this right here. So this if statement, as you can see, is a lot shorter and is a lot more effective. I don't know why I was putting so many like I was making it so complicated. Um, Actually, no, it's this if statement, right? Before there was too many stuff in it. But basically, what I'm saying is, boom. Uh, if the clock is at Pomodoro, then we're gonna set our display to limit Pomo, and we're gonna set our count to the count for Pomo, and then we do the same thing for each and every other time that we're on, and then we go here and we go back to where we say, hey, if our next time is greater or equal to, then display is displaying our current time, so our current time cap. So then I say the same thing here where I said, okay, if the count Pomo mod 4 is equal to 0, then we want to set our time to 0. Then we set the clock and then we set the count. We do the same thing here. So this else statement is saying, hey, if we didn't reach this 4, right, let's set the time to 0 and set our clock to short, and then make sure we still increase that same count. And we basically do the same thing here where you set the time to 0, you set clock to 4 because after your short timer, you want to go back to the Pomodoro timer, and you set the count on that to increase, and you do the same thing with long. So you go back to your Pomodoro timer, you set time to 0, and then you have increase as well. And also, I forgot I also did this today. Where what actually worked on fixing this was let me see. It's here in my modal. So I think it was another syntax thing. Yeah, it was. I think it was just one more syntax thing. bro. Yeah, it was just another syntax thing. It wasn't anything like too crazy. But the biggest change I think I made, I don't remember if I did this last time, but I ended up just using what I had for my input beforehand, and I just had to make sure that I was. I think what happened was I was updating the same value, so as I was changing it, everything was changing at the same time. But I ended up fixing that. Um, yeah, I ended up fixing that. So for example, if we take a look at like, let's just look at this one, right? So we have our type, number, our value, which is limit pomo. And I think the problem was I was changing the same value with each one. It was either that or I was setting this. I think it was I was changing the same value with each one. So I ended up fixing that and just putting them, because value actually has to stay the same, but what it's affecting has to be different. And I think when I was doing it, I accidentally set value to be something different for each one. I was wondering why that wasn't working, but yeah. And then if there is one thing that doesn't work, it's actually changing the setting while a time has already been running. So if I start it, right, and I say, okay, well, let me change like the time to like, I don't know, 0.1 or something. Okay, it works. Well, I swear it wasn't working before, but no, it wasn't working before. Okay, let's have it run. No, it's if it hits the end, I think. Okay, and let me change the setting to like 0.05 or something. Yeah, you see that? So it ends up just filling up this other bar. But you can see that it's still working in terms of I get to the long timer when I'm supposed to, but I need to figure that part out. And so I think once I figure that out, the only thing left to do, like for basic functionality, is get the task menu on the side. And I think with the task menu, I guess I'm gonna try to copy what I did here. So I'm gonna try to do that on my own, where I click a button. Once I click that button, I have a little screen that pops up. I think what I want to do is, I don't know if I want to put it. No, I think yeah. There just needs to be a screen that pops up. So I think I want everything else on the screen needs to like shrink, so that way the little sidebar can move forward. So I'm gonna try to see how I can figure that out somehow. And yeah, that's basically it. So once I get that part done, then after that again, it's just styling it, making it look cool, and yeah,